Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Polytickin Podcast, man. It's episode 99. You fuckers. I'm hello Marcus. That's the Sefa. All right.
We almost there.
Yeah, we almost there, bro.
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do for 100, but fuck it, we'll figure it out.
Hot tub stream.
Screw it. What?
Hot tub stream.
Hot tub stream. Hell yeah.
Bruh, I was telling my girl that I was trying to have like a morning football day with because I got a coworker named Marcus. I was like, yeah, man, nice. Tony and John and Marcus, we might meet up at Montana's and watch the morning games, and just have wings or whatever. And she was sitting there like, okay. And then I was like, yeah, because we were talking about it at work, me and Marcus. And then she was like, oh, you mean your coworker? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I thought you were gonna be on FaceTime eating wings with Marcus when he's at a wing spot. And I was like, I mean, no. I mean, I was like, I'm kind of mad you thought I would do that, but that's also kind of dope because she thinks our friendship is that strong, which is. She's like, I thought you guys were gonna order like the same kind of wings and eat at the same time. I was like, okay,
holy
this is not a date.
Yeah. What is going on here?
Yeah,
set up rose petals to the table.
Candles. Let's set the candles.
Yeah, the candles.
Gotta interlock when we drink our drinks. So yeah, she said I gotta start differentiating which Marcus I'm talking about. So
how's she gonna do that?
Well, I guess I got to say work Marcus and pod Marcus. I don't know.
Say Samoan Marcus and work Marcus.
Oh, yeah. Samoan Marcus. Samoan's too much. Pod Marcus is cool.
Pod Marcus. Yeah, it's one syllable.
Yeah. Pour the pod Marcus.
What is going on, motherfucker?
Man, my watch keep telling me to stand up. Hey, dude, calm down.
Yeah, stand up. Hey, yo, shout out to Tinny. We finally figured it out, right? I figured it out during the week, and I forgot to say it. So it's 1 minute. Yeah.
Sure you did.
Yeah. I know, I'm just going to take credit for what Tinny did. No. So she said you stand up for at least 1 minute every hour for 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
What a stupid fucking function. You
know what I think it is? I think it's to prevent blood clots. Because if you sit for a long duration, blood clots start forming, bumba clot.
You know what? That's a good point. I'd be feeling it, bro. I get up.
Yeah, you ever get up and your legs still sitting?
Oh, buddy.
You're
still asleep there.
Your legs get up, but your front half is still sitting down, so you like looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. You gotta give it a few steps before your body go back up straight. Yeah, we are at that age. Yeah.
Fuck, you just reminded me, bro. I woke up to a cramp this morning on my freaking
Yo, how old are you, bro?
I don't know.
What kind of cramp?
What is this? The quad? No, not the quad. Not the hamstring.
The hamstring.
Yeah.
you had a hamstring?
What?
How did you wake up in a fluster? Like, oh my
god.
Nah.
No, it's just straight up scream, bro. Oh! Oh! Now I have a process, right? I have a process now because that's not the first time I've woken up to a cramp. Now, I used to just lay there in bed and try to straighten it out, but I was struggling for minutes. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You have to get up. I can't.
Okay.
You can't? What, you just sit there?
Nah, I haven't pulled a muscle in forever. Like,
so what would be your strategy then? Are you going to lay there and take
I'm going to just, no. Don't you
Sefa's just going to lay there and take it, bro.
Don't you ever ask me that question again in your life. Don't ever fix your mouth to put those words in that sequence and state it to me, all right?
That's a strategy against the cramp in bed. He's going to lay there and take it.
Nah, I wouldn't lay there and take. I would You know what I'm saying? I was just straighten up, just hard body everywhere. Just tense up.
God damn. You lay there taking it tense up.
Yeah, that's it. Like, what you do? You stand up and start marching like you in a band or something?
Yeah, bro. Get up and move, bro. Get up and move.
Hey, don't say that, because if you would have got up and moved before that, you wouldn't have pulled a cramp in the middle of the night.
Exactly. So in order to prevent that, get up and move some more throughout the day. But when it happens now, I have to get up, bro. I have to shoot up out of bed, bro. So as soon as that pain started going, and I fucking screamed, got the fuck up out of bed. I was just, was marching around. Freaking,
What time? What time of the morning?
Like 8 o'clock, like an hour ago. Like an hour and a half ago.
All right, hold on. I just want to know. You said that you woke up at 8 o'clock, you pulled a muscle.
Yeah.
At 8:50, you texted me. Can we start a little later? Where did you go at 8 o'clock in the morning? Like, I was like, did you just get off of work?
Yeah, I went to the store, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to the gas station, yeah.
Smokes? Gas?
No, I got my smokes, yeah. I went to go get some snacks.
All right, cool. Dang, is the gas station close?
It is, yeah. It actually is.
Kind of expensive. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is pretty close. Oh, my God. I'm frozen.
I like the face that you're frozen on, though. You look frozen in fear. Yeah.
That's my life. That's me.
All right, we back. Shit. All right, y'all.
Hella behind.
Episode 99. Hey, try to stop video and turn it back on.
No, I think we good now.
Okay. Stop throwing gang signs. All right, this is not that kind of podcast. All right, y'all. Episode 99. Man, that's crazy. We're almost at 100. Polytickin Podcast, part of the Polytickin Network. Y'all know what it is. If y'all wanna, you wanna hear some more of this, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. We got an interesting topic for catch up for Marcus's Patreon catch up. So I'm telling y'all right now, this is the week y'all want to subscribe. So go on down.
See, you put too much pressure on it now. It's like now there's too much hype, bro.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry. That's what we're doing today. Patreon.com/the Polytickin Podcast, or follow us on Instagram at the Polytickin Podcast. The link is in our bio. $5 a month gives you an extra episode a week, 4 extra episodes a month, 4 episodes for $5. I mean, come on. We're like the lowest tier of prostitutes right now. Come on, do it. And shout out to the Uso Lance, Falitongo of the Balinesian Podcast, who also joins us for the Patreon. Also part of the Pacifica Movie Starter Kit with Marcus. Go on and check them out. What's the next movie?
The Wind and the Reckoning. We're still trying to figure out how best to shorten our episodes and talk about what we want to talk about as far as the movie. Moving forward.
Talk too much.
Yeah. We don't want to just focus on the plot and stuff. So we're ironing the kinks out right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But the next That's
gonna take a lot of ironing. There's a lot of kinks.
Marcus has a lot of kinks. And the next movie is The Wind and the Reckoning. So
okay. All right.
Check that shit out. Okay.
Shout out to y'all.
Do it.
Shout out to the listeners, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. We're gonna be I know our schedule is a little weird right now. It's because I got a new schedule, Mark's got a new job, and we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But new changes coming soon. And that's all the program reminders we have today. So without further ado, my brother, how have you been?
I've been good, bro. Same old shit, right? But last week when we finished the Patreon episode, I had plans. I finally had plans on a Saturday. I don't never have plans, right? But last Saturday was a very special day. Shout out to my Uso Joe, man. Big supporter of the show. That's my brother right there, man. Known him my entire life, basically. And on Saturday was his 35th birthday. Old ass fool. You old, Deuce. You old. Oh my God, I'm frozen again.
He old.
Yeah, for real. Now I'm fucking up. I'm old and froze. Oh, there it is. Old and froze. Old and froze.
You kind of look like a little brown Neo.
Nice. Hell yeah. Nice. Hey, So Sick was my shit. Okay, but yeah, shout out to the Uso, man. 35 years old. It was a good time. I got there pretty early. The thing didn't start officially until like 6 o'clock, but I got there early. Was just chilling with those, not really helping. I was food tester, but one of the big highlights of the night was Jeopardy. Jeopardy happened, and Team Two lost. But whatever, okay.
What team was you on? You was Team 2.
Team 2. Yeah, it was Team 2.
How many questions did you answer?
I answered 3, I want to say.
And how many of them did you get right?
I got 2.
Okay. So
I
you
think
didn't
2 out of 3. Yeah.
You didn't bring the team down.
No, my field goal percentage was nice. It was nice.
Right.
2 out of 3 from the field.
66%. That's a D, but D's get degrees sometimes. So.
So yeah, man. Shout out to those, man. That's really all that's like the most exciting thing that happened for me this week, other than work. Like it was just a good time, and it was just good to be outside. You know what I'm saying? As much shit as you say that I be outside thawing in them streets, I really don't. So I was finally thawing in them streets in Orange County, and here we are.
Oh shoot! You know what? I just remembered. One of my I met some cousins at the funeral. Or speaks my Uncle Fushi. I met some cousins, and one of them, she was like, "Hey, like, oh, bro, did I even talk about this? I don't even know if I talked about this, bro. No. Like, everybody listens to the podcast. All of the family from LA was like, they all listened to. I was
Let's go.
Yeah, I told man, I was too sad to talk about it, but now I'm good.
No, hey.
Now I went to go get some food, and it was like the ladies was handing out the plates, and then. When I was getting the place, one of them was like, "I'm gonna need a picture after, by the way." And I was like, "Oh, what?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then the other girl goes, "Why? Do you listen to the Polytickin or you listen to his music?" And then the other girl was like, "I listen to both." And so they was going back and forth. And then so we was chopping it up, and basically it was like, "You don't remember us, but we all grew up together. But like, you probably don't remember us, but we remember you." It's like, nice. Yeah. And I was like, man, it was like from the church functions because we all went to the same church.
Oh yeah,
we're all that's all family.
Battling San Bruno. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they was from the cool church. They was from Wilmington, so it was cool.
Okay.
But but yeah, so like I met them and they listened to the pod. They loved the pod. They were like, "Yes, please let our women go. Let our women."
Yeah, let them go.
So that was funny. And then I met some more cousins, and one of them, she was like, "Oh yeah, the Polytickin, you do it with what's your friend's name?" And I was like, "Marcus." She was like, I seen him perform. I went to the open mic. Yeah, he's really good. And I was like, "For real?"
Oh
she was like,
my.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. She started laughing. She's like, no, like I remember him from the pod, and then I seen him on the thing, and I was like, oh shoot, that's the guy from the pod. And so, yeah, she said you did your thing up there.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that for real. I really do. Yeah. That's still crazy. That's tripping me out right now. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
tight.
I totally forget. Yeah, it was a lot went on, but yeah, that definitely happened.
Hey. It's hard to look past that when you're over here sad.
Yeah, I know.
Or wait, for that while you're sad.
What question did you get wrong? I know you remember.
I think it was. Oh yeah. But it was. What was his favorite color?
Oh, yeah. It was like questions about the birthday boy.
Well, yeah. So there was a category for the birthday boy, all about Joey, and then the other ones, other stuff. Yeah, I think the ones I got right were the ones from that category, and the one I got wrong was from that one too.
Wait, it wasn't red?
No.
Oh, did you choose red?
I said red. Yeah. I said red.
This dude's
me
racist.
And Uso Greg. Yeah, I know. I'm racist. Yeah.
Not everybody from there is blood. Okay, Marcus, calm down.
This guy's super blood.
People like purple too, or freaking.
Yeah.
You know.
What
was the color? What was the color? Was it green?
It's green. It's green.
Yeah, if you don't like red for the gangster, he like green for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I told that story, right?
Which one?
When I switched my favorite color, my mom started tripping.
No, what?
My favorite color growing up was green because of the Green Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember one time my mom said something like, "What's your favorite color?" And I said blue. Because, my dad. And she went off on my dad, bro.
Yeah.
I told you don't bring that in this house. I told you his favorite color used to be green, and now it's blue because of you. Get that stuff out of here. She was hella mad. I was like, damn, I just like blue now. What the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, I hella remember that. My mom was, she's big time defender.
Yeah. Green is a solid color, bro. But
It is.
yeah, other than that, man, it's just, been the same old thing, It was a great birthday, man. It was a great to be outside again and shit. All of that. You know what I mean?
Nice.
What have you been up to?
Just working, Thanks, man. Just working. We the other night the kids, like I heard one of the kids address another kid with a nickname. And I was like, is that your hood name?
Yeah. Yeah.
They started busting up. They was like, I guess if you call Langford a hood. And I was like, oh yeah, that's your hood name for sure. And then the kids was just like, can you give us all nicknames? So they wanted me to give everybody a nickname, but it was hard. It's hard on the spot. And it's also hard to make it where you're not clowning on somebody because
right. I mean, do you know them kids personally? Like what they've been through and stuff?
Not personally, but like, we work with them we see them every day. So we just, we had some cool ones that we all came up with as a collective group, but they were like, no, we want Seth to give us a nickname. And I was like, that's a lot of pressure. That's like usually in the hood, you kind of, it's not just one, you don't have every hood doesn't have just one guy deeming nicknames to people.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
It's like a communal effort. Like I was like,
it's a communal effort.
Yeah, it's like, bro. It's like, I was like trying to tell them like, hey, let's all come together and let's just choose names for everybody. They were like, no, we want you to choose it for us. And I was like, first of all, y'all a little lazy. Stop being lazy. For real. Stop being lazy. Just throw a name in the head, but that was fun. And then we did a trivia night. Trivia night was fun. It just made me realize how old I am. Everything I do when I'm working with kids reminds me how old I am. Whether it be physical activity like running around and they're like running the whole time and I have to take breaks, or I'm like afterwards, after we play basketball and they're just chilling, hanging out, and I'm just like, oh, I'm about to pull a hamstring tonight in bed. Like, physically, but also when it came to the trivia night, I made it from Googling Gen Z slang. So like their kind of slang, right? Bro, like half of the stuff I didn't even know what I was like, I didn't know it was this out of touch. You know what I'm saying? Like usually you still know what's going, but then again, it's also in Canada, so it's a different type of culture.
So is there like different slang like Canadian, or is this just Gen Z all around?
I think it's just Gen Z all around. Some of them they didn't know. Some of them they didn't know, but like I never knew what a Roman Empire was. Like that's apparently that's a slang, like Roman Empire. And you know what? It's more internet slang. Than anything.
That's what it is. It's internet culture. This is my Roman Empire. Yeah. Okay, I've seen that.
So I was Christ. And then I was like, man, this is crazy because like a lot of the slang that I grew up on is non-existent. And they were like what? And I was telling like the one that I thought of was hella moded. Like, you hella moded. And they were like, what does that mean? And I was like, it just you hella moded. I didn't know how to. How would you explain moded?
Like you're wrong or you're embarrassed or something. I don't know.
Okay, embarrassed.
When I think of moded, I think of like make mala. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. I didn't think of that in the moment. It was a lot of. They was asking me a lot of questions. I was a little flustered. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't think on the spot, but yeah, moded was one.
Like fuck them kids.
Nah, I was just trying to figure it out. I was like, what's some other slang?
God damn, these kids keep fucking asking.
What's some other slang that we grew up on that's outdated now?
Fuck. People still say hella. I feel like moded though. I don't hear anybody outside of Polynesians use moded. Am I wrong? I really don't. I don't really see anybody else saying moded. Moded. I don't know.
That is not a poly thing. I don't think so.
No, I haven't heard it outside.
Oh
Fuck,
yeah,
dude.
because it's
I'm
not
trying to think.
1996.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't hear it outside now.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like I don't like back then. I don't remember. I've only heard it within Polynesian circles. Moted, even in Samoa. My cousins from Samoa was saying that.
Yeah, but that's because Samoa in 2010 is like America back in 1996.
Oh my god, I don't know which side this guy is on most days, bro. Yeah, I swear he's a champion for our people, and then he sets his back like a couple years.
Yo, we can't be potting. I'm just potting, bro.
I know, man.
Hold on, let me look up 90s slang. Hold on, 90s slang.
Yeah, do that.
90s slang term.
What? Fuck. Why am I blanking, bro?
Jiggy, home skillet, I'm outie.
Whoa. All those was bad back then.
That's too.
Home skillet was bad back.
Slang.
Yeah, okay. Damn. Fuck.
No, this stuff
I'm blanking, bro. I feel like it's all like those weren't even real. People were saying that as a joke. I didn't know people were saying home skillet.
Yeah, I think this is. I don't know. This is all like internet term. Don't nobody say amaze balls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Badonkadonk.
Badonkadonk. Crunk.
Yeah, crunk and hyphy.
Don't nobody. Crunk and hyphy. I'm glad it took Badonkadonk for us to wake up and figure out what the fuck was going on back then. So crunk, hyphy,
shizzle.
Shizzle. Oh, shizzle. Brother, it took Badonkadonk for us to get here. So, oh shit. Of course. Oh, what the?
You look hella happy when your screen is frozen. Like it seems like your camera just knows when you're too aroused.
Yeah.
So it start overloading. It start overloading when you get too. You know what I'm saying?
This is bullshit, dude. Oh. But yeah, keep going.
So yeah, we had the trivia night, and then I was trying to explain to them what molded means, and I didn't know. And then they were like, "What's some other slang terms?" And I was like, "I don't know." They're like, "Did you not use slang as a kid?" I was like, "What you mean? We started this. Calm down." But but yeah, I just I was lost. It just reminded me how quickly things move, how trends move, and like how we're just completely obsolete, straight up.
God damn, you sound so hurt by that, bro.
I'm not. I'm just. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I'll put the line with it.
I've come to terms with
we could be on a 3-hour time difference. Yeah. Mark, you know this dude just he be on them headphones. He be having them headphones in too long. You got the Q-tip box right next to you.
Come on,
them
brother.
Ears is funky, bro. Them wax is building up.
Eyes roll into the back of my head every time.
Marcus put that
have a religious experience. What?
Marcus put the Q-tip in to pull out a sugar daddy. Remember that?
Wow, what? Pull out a what?
You don't remember the sugar daddies?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
explain.
The sugar daddy is the candy. Man, hold up. I look hella dumb now. Hold on. Let me just... Is that what it's called?
I don't know, bro. I really don't. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was tripping for a minute. I was about to say,
what do they look like? Now you got to show me. What do they look like? Just a big clump of earwax, apparently. Is that what they... Let me see.
Hold on. Can you see it?
Oh!
You remember those?
Nah,
That's what I said, Marcus.
They look like whatchamacallits, I think. What?
No, they don't. Look at me. I'm looking hella fat, knowing how to identify kids.
No, they don't. No. Whatchamacallits look like whatchamacallits. What?
I said Marcus put in a Q-tip and pull out a sugar daddy. You see the joke? See the joke?
Yeah, I see it now.
All right. Actually, I should have left that because On the docket for today, we got a major. I don't know, man. I feel like this is like one of the biggest things in the culture that's happened to everybody in quite a long time.
Damn, that's a lot. I didn't think it was that crazy.
I seen
Dumb,
commentary
spicy
from
takes
everybody.
all the time. Okay.
Yeah, but this
Fair enough.
And you know what? I'm a little conflicted too. So there's a podcast called Breaking Waves in New Zealand, and this girl named Hannah, she she went up there and spoke her mind. She got it off her chest. She got off what she was mad at. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll play the clip first. You guys have probably heard it already, but if you haven't, we'll play the clip. Share. I don't know how to share just the audio, so I'm gonna just share the video too, I guess.
Okay.
Any of those things, but you're operating in spaces like climate change and taking up like I feel that
all right, pause this.
the Samoans and these
pause it. Don't breathe in the thing like that. The other guy behind the camera. Ooh. Ooh.
You know, because she just said something. Let's hear it again. I want to hear his ooh again.
I feel that the Samoans in New Zealand need to be humbled, because majorly humbled when it comes to their culture. They're too entitled. Not all, a lot. They're too entitled about what they should be gifted from culture and how they can express themselves culturally in other spaces, or having the need that I'm Samoan enough because of my blood. Like, I don't agree with that. Like, you are Samoan based on, yes, you are Samoan, but I could piss off and do whatever I want by myself. But what truly makes you a Samoan is how you serve your family and how you serve your village. So if you're not doing any of those things, but you're operating in spaces like climate change and taking up like board positions, and you're not doing the basic of serving your own family in your village, that's not right to me. And I think too many Samoan-born New Zealanders do that.
Yeah, I guess she is.
And they take up all these spaces. I'm probably going to go a bit further here. No offense to Afakasi, but mostly Afakasi people.
Every time you say no offense, it's followed up by offense.
And like high positions that make decisions, they can get into those rooms because they know how to code switch, go in and out, but they don't represent the people who truly need that help. And I think it's a big problem. And it's not, I'm not saying to take them away, but it's to help bring others up with them as
pause it. It sounds like, just off the top, right? It sounds personal. It sounds like there are people either in her life or people she's seen on social media who's like, you know, doing something, you know. So it sounds very personal. When she said, damn, I fucking lost my point. I just don't. I don't. It sounds like she's making it sound like the people who are operating in these spaces are trying to impress something else, not be a part of their culture. Like they're leaving their culture behind to go be a part of something else to impress some other thing. And off the top of my head, I'm thinking white people, you know, the things that they are in charge of, you know. So that's what it sounds like she's attacking. Like those kind of people, but I don't think that's the case. But please keep going.
Oh shoot, what did I just do?
Okay. So I feel like, New Zealand.
I'm not lying.
And I feel like the best way to be humbled is to either go home, like send them back home, or have like, I don't know, someone do like a course or something where they can learn from home, from like real village teachings and how people there operate. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
Just on that, do you have any examples, like specifically in?
Sorry, are you saying?
I'll get cancelled.
Are you saying they're playing the brown card but not actually being about it?
Facts.
Okay.
And I see it so many spaces.
Yeah. And why?
Pause that. Yeah, go on.
Why can't Samoan people have a different look? Because everybody with a beard and a bun look just like me.
Slap some glasses on that dude.
And they get
I
so
get
many
that.
What the hell?
places to see it.
What the hell, man? Bro. What? He even got the
You
little
and your wallet, bro.
thing.
That's you and your wallet right there, bro.
I'm gonna have to switch things up. Nah, he don't got this though. He don't got this though. I gotta switch it up, man. Damn.
Oh,
You
chop it off. You chop the rock.
I be trying to rap talking about being original, but I look like every freaking Samoan dude out there, man.
Welcome to the club, bro. I said, hey, he looks. Did he go to Vandy? Did the bald dude go to Vandy?
I be so mad, bro. You know what's the worst part? The worst part is when somebody look like me, but a better version of me. I hate it so much. Like, bro, the other day I was walking. I don't know if I was at work or walking to work, but like I was wearing it was just like a gray shirt or a white shirt with black sweats, right, and a black jacket. And a dude was kind of similarly walking where I was walking, and he had the same outfit, but he was taller, he was buff, and like he looked like he didn't have high cholesterol or diabetes. And it just made me, I like wanted to stop walking so we could like be out of each other's vicinity. You know, like I hate it. I hate it.
I thought you were gonna say I wanted to swing on him. I was like, God damn.
Hey, that's the second option. That's the second option.
hey, you know what?
Don't ever come outside looking like me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate when I look like people, but they look better, like or taller or skinnier or buffer or richer. And that's everybody. Honestly, there's a lot of people out there that's taller than me, buffer than me, richer than me, healthier than me. So yeah, man, I don't like it. So come on, bro, change your face.
So many spaces, and they can tick boxes.
Yeah.
Like they can say, "Oh yeah, I do this, I do this." Balangis don't care. They're just like, "We got our brown person." They're like, "That's the brown person," and they don't really look into the work being done as much as they should. And then those people get these opportunities that don't really service the people they're trying to target.
Yeah.
So
I think just on that, you'll only get offended if you know it's you.
exactly.
That's the only time you get offended. If you know that you're serving your community or you're, trying to learn about your culture in the ways that you just put, then you won't get offended. But if you're sitting there like, oh, that's harsh.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's true though. And like we're as good as how we work. We're only as good as how we work together and as good as the resources that we have. So if those resources aren't being given to the right, communities or people, and then they're just like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Way to sow more division within the community, singling
Ooh.
people out who are, man, I'm just like you, bro. I was conflicted, misusing my influence. Because it's comments like that make me feel like exactly how she said, right? Like a fraud, and we've talked about that all the time on here, like that feeling will never go away. But it doesn't help when I'm seeing someone on the radio saying these things that, keep enforcing that thought in me, because bro, I struggle with that personally, Yeah. I love seeing what I'm seeing, I'm loving like all the creators coming out and like establishing themselves and wanting to be a part of that community and further that, with us, with this show, with music, with Lance and Forrest. Like I feel like what we're doing here is building a very strong network and a community. And when I hear things like that, where people are supposedly going away from the culture that you grew up in to put yourself in these spaces that the mainstream doesn't give a fuck that you're a part of, like it's kind of demoralizing for me, because at the end of the day, I don't care what Uncle Sam or whoever the fuck big, the powers that be say, as much as like they may establish the rules that we have to play in order to win and change this game. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, I'm here to play and change it for our people and community. And to hear things like this coming from her, like it sounds hurtful, you know, like it hurts. And you know what? They're right. I was offended because maybe this does apply to me, you know? But to see people like in these spaces like climate change, like Brianna Fruin doing big things like that to establish some kind of change within, not just in our community, for the world. You know, I feel like that's something important to highlight, you know? And these words just sound like very demeaning to people who are trying to do something like that, you know? And it's not cool, you know? All it does is sow division within an already divided community for stupid fucking shit, like political leanings, like religious upbringing, you know? So it bothers me. It hurts me in the heart. So I guess, you know, like I said, maybe I am offended because maybe it does apply to me, but I don't give a fuck, bro. I really don't care. Breaking waves. I don't
Break
care.
your face.
I break your face. Philo Maka. How's that? And just to throw this out there, I stayed in American Samoa. Does that count? I know what it's like out there. I didn't live it as much as I should have, but I know now. With hindsight, I know some things now. And I've come to love and appreciate my time there. And now I'm trying to apply what I've learned out there, out here. Is that enough for you? Is what I want to know. What are your thoughts, bro? I went off. I'm sorry. I kind of blacked out there. Sorry. Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched this clip once, and then I read all the commentary, and I seen all the discourse, and I felt some type of way. And it wasn't until I just watched it just now that I switched my perspective on this. So we're on opposing sides right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it's one distinct line that she said that makes me on the other side of this. And the line is, or not the line, but the thing is, her whole spiel about Samoan New Zealanders needing to be humbled is about the Samoan New Zealanders who are in positions of power. That's who she's addressing.
I hope that's who she's addressing. If she's addressing us right here on the ground, then that's fucked. But no, if she's talking about the ones in power who are not, yeah, okay. Hey, bro, come on.
I'm listening. I listened to it, right? And I'm like I said, I listened to it one time. Okay. I heard and I felt the same way you feel. And then I read all the comments who also felt that same way. There was a lot of comments who are on the other side. Like, everybody has an opinion. Why do you care about her opinion so much? Cool. But just listening to it just now, she wasn't addressing. Well, I guess she was addressing Samoa and New Zealanders, but she was saying they need to be humbled because if they're in a position of power, like her statement isn't to all Samoan New Zealanders. New Zealand-born Samoans, in my opinion.
Okay.
And if she's only addressing the people that are in power, the people that make decisions, and she's saying, if you're in a position of power to make decisions, but you don't come from the culture, you're just Samoan, then I'm not okay with that. That makes sense to me. And you know, it
does. It does to me too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is like funny that this comes up because this is a reoccurring topic in indigenous communities out here. You know, because there's just like there was this whole thing back in the day where people were saying they were Indian or saying they were native without proof. You didn't really need proof. So there were just a lot of people who just made it up and just claimed it so they could get the benefits. But there was no need for registration in reserves or bands or in tribes. They didn't have to show any proof. They didn't have to, like, they literally just signed up for it. And the thing is, those people, whoever lied way back in the day, their kids and everything are still reaping the benefits. And so And even now, so there are people who are white passing who
Mm-hmm.
have this, the 7% percentage claim, but they're in positions with the government to dictate what happens for indigenous communities, for what happens to funding, for all of these things when there's better representation out there. And so for
Yeah.
so for her to say what she's saying, it resonates with me because it's conversations that I hear a lot at work. And yeah, that she's right.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess the problem is comprehension,
Well,
phrasing,
I want to listen to it again
phrasing.
because
Yeah, we
can
can
we
do
listen?
that. Let's we can let's go through it and then talk it through, figure it out from there.
Okay,
Keep
hold on.
pausing.
Okay,
I'm not
let's
tripping
see.
because it just again like I think that was my first full listen.
Yeah, no, yeah. All right, let's see, because I want to be,
And that's all me. What?
I
Go on.
I feel that the Samoans in New Zealand need to be humbled
But pause.
because major
Already, it sounds like general.
Yeah.
Samoans in
But
New
even
Zealand.
then, she's not addressing us.
That's true. That's true. But see, it could. And why can't it apply? It can still apply to us. I guess
Why?
because I mean, why not? So because it's like
we have built
Go
this
on.
podcast on the differences between us here and them there. We know for a
Ooh.
fact that there is a difference between us here and them there. We've always spoke on it. So no, I don't think
I
think
don't. All right. All right.
even if this statement stands, if I'm wrong in the way I comprehended this clip,
Mhm.
it still don't apply to us because we know it's a different. We've said it. Y'all can listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all can listen to it. We've stated that we are not the same. They're not like us. We're not like them.
Mhm.
So I don't think we out here should feel any type of way.
Fair enough.
Shoot, what-
majorly humbled when it comes to their culture. They're too entitled. Not all, a lot. They're too entitled about what they should be gifted from culture and how they can express themselves culturally in other spaces, or having the need that I'm Samoan enough because of my blood. Like, I don't agree with that.
So
Like, you are Samoan.
So she said, so I think the I'm Samoan enough because of my blood is in reference to expressing themselves in other spaces.
Based spaces, or and how they can express themselves culturally in other spaces, or having the need that I'm Samoan enough because of my blood. Like, I don't agree with that. Like, you are Samoan based on yes, you are Samoan, but
yeah, and that's something we've talked about here too, right? Like, we've rallied against that thought of just being like, yeah, I'm Samoan just because it's in you, but it's like,
no, I think if you are Samoan, you got Samoan blood, yes, you are Samoan.
Yeah, you are Samoan.
But we just talked about this. I don't think that entitles you to get a song like Miki or Malu just because you Samoan. I think there are things you have to live up to. So being Samoan does qualify you to be Samoan. Yes, nobody can take your heritage away from you, your lineage away from you. But like then within, like you could be a Christian, but it's not like, oh, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to be a pastor. It's like, no, you got to work up to that privilege. You got to work up to that right. And the same thing with this, to be in well, like I said, I think she's addressing those in power. For you to be in power, there's work that you have to put in. You can't just get that position gifted to you because you Samoan. And her thing is, she's saying the white people or the people in power who are appointing, Samoan, we need a Samoan person here to take care of this Samoan stuff. We'll just give it to this brown person because they're brown.
Some token. Yeah. Token.
They don't really do the due diligence of saying, wait, but that person is brown, but they don't serve the community like this person is brown. So when she'll say it.
But I could piss off and do whatever I want by myself. But what truly makes you Samoan is how you serve your family and how you serve your village. So if you're not doing any of those things, but you're operating in spaces like climate change and taking up like board positions and you're not doing the basic of serving your own family in your village, that's not right to me.
See, yeah. I honestly, I think she's addressing the thing though. Is I think when you're on a platform like this, and I know this is probably new to them. I don't know how long they've been doing this. She seems like she's very active in her community and also in New Zealand. So she seems like she's been. But the thing about this is, you have to be very mindful of how your words can be interpreted, because if your message is important, enough, you got to be careful with it. Yeah. If it's something that you don't care about, like, you got $20 shoes and you just running around in the mud of them, you don't care. But if you got some Jordans that you really care about, you're gonna walk weird so you don't crease them up. You're gonna be very careful with it. Same thing with a message. If it's something that you don't really care about, you just say it any old way and people take it how they take it. But if you have something this important and you have something this monumental, or this something that you think is this impactful, you got to be very deliberate in the way that you word things. You got to be very intentional with the way that you say these words. And I think there was a lot of places that she could have, like the whole being Samoan enough, or true Samoan, like these phrases that are so definitive and so like so it's easily misinterpreted. Yeah, and it has been.
I agree with you, man. I feel like those are like kind of like trigger words, and right? Because you got emotional ass people like myself, who didn't have the benefit of breaking down this trailer with a podcast host to really figure out what it is that she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like I said, phrasing, but also, interpreting it, on the it's on us too, the audience, to, critical thinking. This is exactly what we needed. I needed definitely. What?
Critical thinking is out the window, especially with social media consumption. Like so much of what we consume now is short form, is 30 to 1 minute clip. You know what I'm saying? Like Instagram, I just learned this, but Instagram, they won't boost your reels, or they won't recommend your reels if they're over 1 minute and 30 seconds. So this is a side.
Yeah, I figured that without even reading that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is a side note. If you guys have a reel that you guys want to go bigger, you're gonna want to make it less than 1 minute and 30, because if it's more than 1 minute and 30, Instagram won't recommend it to people that aren't your followers. So
yeah, we get more love with the clips that are like 45 seconds.
Yeah,
less than a minute. Yeah, we get a lot more love for those clips. So yeah, definitely makes sense.
So when you talk about how we're being conditioned and how like we're so quick, like everything is so quick. You hear this soundbite, you hear Samoan New Zealanders need to be humbled, and that's a terrible. That's a confrontational way to start that statement.
Yeah, it's not a great opener. It's not a great opener, And so I definitely equated that to myself. It's on me too, because taking it personally without thinking about it, and like I said, the benefit of breaking it down like this, like it does make a difference. Phrasing does make a difference to nerds like us who understand that, like, the power of the word. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but when you do this, right, break it down like this, it does let you know that there are some good points coming up,
No, yeah.
And to look at it through the lens of her talking to the people in power, that already has changed my perspective. Because now that I'm watching this, I feel like she wouldn't attack people like us who are on the ground trying to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, please come on.
Yeah. Another thing is, that I will say in critique of her message, or in critique of her statement, is let me cut it. We done, right? We done with this?
Yeah. Whenever.
So she wanted to start controversy. She wanted to say a hot take. Right? I'm fine with that. Do what you want to do. My thing is, don't be passive aggressive. Like, say it with your chest. Like, this all could have been avoided if she would have put a name on that bullet. If she would have said who she was talking about, if she would have stated Margaret whatever from this and this is a Samoan born New Zealand, or New Zealand born Samoan, who isn't in touch with the culture, but she makes decisions for funding and she decides this and that, and she has no right to dictate what happens to our people. She doesn't give back to her. If she were to do that, then none of this would happen. None of this backlash. And I don't even know if she's upset about the backlash, because I've seen, well, now that I see it from her perspective, there's nothing to apologize about. But I don't know if she's clarified. I don't know if she's clarified, and I don't know if she's like reveling in the controversy or reveling in the attention. But I really hope she clarifies what she was doing.
Excuse me.
But this all could have been avoided if she would have called out whoever she was talking about, because it's obvious she's talking about somebody. They asked her. They said, "You sound like you're being real specific," and she said, "Oh no, I'd get canceled."
Yeah.
Like, if you really, it comes off a way to where I feel like she knew she'd be misconstrued by the regular, normal 9-to-5er people. But for her to be afraid of the repercussions of calling out somebody who's a higher up, I don't know how I feel about that. She comes off as a revolutionary. She comes off as somebody who doesn't want to play by the rules, who wants to establish, different norms and stuff like that. Like, I can see it. I can see it in her. But you don't get points for tiptoeing around stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
fair enough.
Yeah, I just think it's a lot of it's a lot of people who are super upset at this. Like, I know Marcus just went off. I was scared. I felt like I was getting yelled at by my dad.
Yeah, but hey, just watching it again and looking at it again through that lens of, like, she's not talking to us. You know what I'm saying? She's talking to them, the ones up there using that little bit of blood that they might have for their own benefit. Yes, okay, yeah. But it was just like you said, bro, like you articulated exactly how I felt, right? Which is, again, why phrasing and tone is important, right? She struck a nerve with her tone, no matter, like, I feel like tone sets the tone. Tone sets the tone, well, no matter what it is you're trying to convey to us. You know what I'm saying? Because there are emotional, bald motherfuckers like myself who will hear that tone and be like, dude, I don't even want to listen to what you got to say now. And now I'm hearing what you're saying, which is right, but through an angry lens now, an angry filter, or like, an offended filter. You know what I'm saying? So it's, man, all of that is very important. But also, like, to her credit, man, I'm sure it'd be hard to really, if it was somebody important, which I'm sure it was, like, it'd probably be really hard to say that out loud, right? On a syndicated radio show. I'm trying to be the devil.
Then don't say it.
Like,
if you gonna give half, if you're gonna give half of the message, then don't say the message at all. Like, you doing the message a disservice. You're doing the message a disservice if you're not taking it all the way. Because if that was your mission to get at these people in positions of power, but you fall short because you failed to go all the way, you end up hitting a lot of people and that didn't deserve to get hit. There's a lot of people that are hurt. There's a lot of people that are saying, the same thing, like exactly what you were saying. Like, their whole lives they've been questioned about their lineage and questioned about their heritage because they don't partake in the culture that the way that others do, and they're not, all these things. So you have a message and you're talking to these people in positions of power, but you don't go all the way because, for whatever reason, you're scared of the politics or you're scared of the repercussions from these higher ups. So then you fall short of it. You give half of your message, and now you got a whole community of people who, rightfully they misinterpreted what she said, but still, and now you cause division. You got a lot of people here arguing about was she right or was she wrong. You got people looking into her personal life, like they she's related to that dude Steven Setu. Like, that's her cousin. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, like,
fuck.
So now you got this stuff coming in, and you got people delving into her personal life and all these things. And so what could have been a triumphant message, what could have been a revolutionary statement on a podcast, it turns into, now you're making a mockery of people I know it was a misinterpretation of her message, but she put that up for interpretation.
Yeah.
She wasn't clear enough. And so, she didn't say no names. So,
I read something. Yeah, I read something that had to do with, again, fucking comedians. But it's like if you plan on being offended, don't, or if you plan on being offensive, don't get mad when people get offended.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? If you plan that, I mean, they asked what is your hot take? You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure she didn't plan in advance to be like, oh, I'm gonna say this. You know,
Yeah.
like that was the first thing that came to mind.
Mhm.
You know, but you had to have known that what you were gonna say is definitely a hot take. So
Yeah.
don't get mad when people come for you if you knew that you were gonna be offensive with what you said.
And I'm also just saying this if she didn't clarify. If she came out and clarified that she was talking about a certain group of people, then what I said doesn't matter. And
Okay.
but to my knowledge, she hasn't come out. She hasn't clarified anything, and I think that's I hope it's not because she's like reveling in it in the in the turmoil, because like being proud of all of this clout, because that's not if your message is bigger than this, then that's not what you should aspire to be or aspire to get.
Some people, Master Wayne, just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out to the Samoans in New Zealand going off.
Yeah.
They was
Shout out-
doing some digging. They was doing some digging, bro.
Golly.
Yeah,
shout out
I
to
would,
Breaking Waves too. What?
yeah,
You
I
do
wouldn't,
what?
I wouldn't even want that. Like for people
Yeah,
to
that
dive
kinda-
into, bro. You know why? I got so many skeletons online, bro.
Yeah.
So many.
Who
Like
doesn't?
I had to delete my Twitter. I had to delete my SoundCloud. Like I got them songs I'm crying on SoundCloud. Like you know what? This is funny, but yo, I could never get into a rap beef. I don't think. Boy, my heart was on my sleeve back in the day. I can't even log into some of my SoundCloud accounts to delete them songs. Like I was in the I was in my room making songs talk about everything. I was very specific in a lot of songs. So like, nah, it's too much dirty laundry of mine. That's just public.
Yeah.
Just free. I went through my Instagram and I had to archive about like 400 photos because I was just, bruh. The internet to me was so fun.
Yeah.
I was posting there's. I'm not trying to say I'm hella famous or whatever, but I'm very selective of what I put out there now. Because if you knew me before, bruh, I was posting everything. Not even the
before.
Marcus got some skeletons on his thing, right?
But you're not wrong. Yeah, exactly.
Like, bro, it was so like if you go through, thankfully, the whole why pick, you remember that? It was like
vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, it was like how Twitter used to upload photos before Twitter started hosting photos. It was through YPic or JFrog, or I don't know, something like that. But like, thankfully, a lot of the old photos that I had posted, they don't show up anymore. But if they did, bro, I would post like my food. I would just post being in the car. I wasn't taking selfies, but like I would just post a flower. Like I was just posting anything. Bro, young Seth, I had no barriers, bro. Like everything, bro. I was being there like, damn, I'm hella depressed tonight. Like just talk, it was very like very much like diary entries, but in public.
Bro, teenage Marcus with Facebook and MySpace, dude. All right. Yeah, he was not cool, dude. Every time I see old posts like that, it makes me ugh. But I think what separates us from anybody else, like a lot of them, every time I like watch videos on like certain people who have like ruined their careers or ruined their lives, it's usually from like big famous people. It's usually from like a lack of awareness of themselves online. Because a lot of the dirt they be doing that they're not aware of just gets fucking brought to the light really quick, you know? So it's like, dude, having that awareness of like, dude, I was a fucking weirdo nerd when I was younger online. Like, it's just so easy to just dig that up. And now we're trying to become prominent figures on the internet. with a fucking internet podcast, bro. It's weird.
Did
It's nasty.
Did you have a Tumblr or a Blogspot?
No, what did man?
You ain't on my.
I wasn't outside for that. Yeah, you're right. I wasn't outside for that.
You wasn't inside.
Yeah, for real. I was not inside.
You was not inside,
emo.
bro.
This dude was fucking dark room, lights on, typing into Tumblr, bro. Tumblr girl right here.
Typing under the blanket.
Fucking writing fanfics of Harry and Hermione. This guy, bro.
No. My fanfic was of James and Lily. So get it right.
You're disgusting, dude.
I had a fanfic on Harry Potter on the Warner Brothers Harry Potter forum. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. It was about, someone dig that up, bro.
It was about James. It was about James. And I've been trying to look for it, bro. I used to get emails like bump. Can we get another chapter? I'm like, yeah, wait on me. Wait on me. I gotta go to 6th grade. Wait on me. Y'all just wait till I get back from the 6th grade. I'm about to tear y'all imaginations up with this next one. Yeah.
Damn. No, I didn't get that deep into it, man, but like Twitter, and you know it's funny, Twitter, I came late to Twitter because of your motherfucking ass. I didn't know
made you late?
I wasn't active on Twitter until you was like, dude, y'all need to get on there.
Oh yeah.
And then I got on there. And I was just like,
boy,
dude, what the
never
fuck?
got off. You never got off.
Yeah, never got off. Oh, I was getting off. No. That's disgusting.
Yes, you were. Swallow
Shut up.
Snicker bar.
See, it's shit like that. It's shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's just
I ain't never did that though. What you was doing, I ain't never did that. I'm gonna tell you.
Hey guys, here's a flower. Hey, I'm in the car. I am in the car, and I'm gonna write my fanfic tonight.
What would you do if we were in the same room on a public timeline? On a public timeline. On a public timeline. On a public.
It was disgusting. Yeah. Shit was disgusting, and it still is. So, I'm with you, bro. I wouldn't want to convey a message that people will interpret that badly to be like, dude, let's see what the fuck he got.
Hey, I'm keeping the peace with everybody, man.
For real.
I'm here. I come in peace. You know.
Disregard that. Yeah. Disregard that.
Marcus went off. Marcus went off. Go get him.
Yeah.
Blacked out. I feel like you know. That's good. Enough. Yeah, that's a good. You know.
Yeah, man. You got anything for him?
Not at all, brother. Not at all.
Yeah. Check us out on the Patreon, man. If you made it this far, we appreciate you. Leave us a rating and a review over there on everywhere you listen to the pods. Check us out on the Patreon, patreon.com/Polytickin Podcast. Check us out on socials. You know what the hell to do, okay? If that's everything, this has been another episode of the Polytickin Podcast, Breaking Waves. All right, I'm Hello Marcus. That's Sefa. Go far. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.